Hi guys, you're welcome to a brand new episode of Chat with Coco podcast. It's your girl Coco, and if you're a first time listener, thank you so much for finally being here. For my regular listeners, I just want to say welcome and thank you so much for all your love and your support. This is the 27th episode, and I'm just gonna go straight to the point. I'm not gonna talk too much, and so let's just dive into it. So 2710 is just October 27th. It's not like it does not really have like a deep meaning. It's just October 27th, and it's a very special date. And I always get emotional every 2710 because it's the day I lost my dad. So this episode rather, is more like a tribute to my dad. I just want to share about and tell you guys about my dad, and so that's just it. My dad died on October 27, 2002. This year is just going to make it 21 years, and I was 7 years old when my dad died, and I'm just going to say that things have been not so good, but we give thanks to God, and everyone is fine, everyone is okay. But there have been bad days, and there also have been good days, and it's just life, by the way. So my dad died October 27. It was a Sunday morning, and I remember I still went to church. It was my own. I was not 7 now. I knew someone died, but I didn't really know what death was all about at that time. I remember I cried a little. I have a good memory, honestly. I hardly forget things. So I remember I cried a little, but that was the only time I cried. I remember even when we were at the morgue, for me, what are we doing here? And then I went to church. Even when I saw people crying, I didn't cry. And even when, the burial was done, no, not the burial was not done yet. When you're supposed to put the sand in the grave and all of that, I think I was inside. They all just called us outside to just come to it, and I didn't really understand what it was all about. But growing up, I now have a clear understanding of what that is all about. And for me, I just see anytime I just remember that when someone dies, you're never going to see them again. It hits different. It's not like this person traveled and this person is going to be back after a year or 2 or 10 years or 20 years. But the fact that you're never going to see that person again, even if you're going to live on earth for 80 or 90 years, you are never going to see that person again. So it just hits hard, and I don't really have so many things to say about my dad. All I know is my dad died on a Sunday morning, and I was just 7 years old. I can still remember a few things about my dad. My dad was a good person. It's not because I was told, but because I know it. My dad was a good person. My dad was nice. My dad was a kind person. My dad was a provider. My dad was a protector. I have never had anything bad about my dad. My mom has never said anything, oh, your dad used to do this to me. No. The only thing I had about him was just good things. So I remember then I used to follow my cousins to the village and all of that. And since your father is not alive, some people will be like, okay, whose daughter is this? And people will be like, okay, she is this person's daughter. And the only things I had were good things, your dad was this, your dad was that, your dad was supportive, your dad was really nice, he helped me out. And I'm really glad that I only heard positive things about my dad. Imagine you losing your dad at a very young age and growing up and you're hearing bad and awful things. Oh my god, like, but I'm just glad that I just got to hear like good things. I think I remember it was one time we went to the village, like it was my uncle's wedding, and like there was this woman, she was like talking to my mom. And mom was like, okay, her children are also here. And the moment she saw us, she just started crying. Like, I remember that when my dad was alive, our house used to be like fully packed, like every weekend. You know how people will come to your house unannounced? That was what was happening in my house. Like people will troop in like every weekend. Like my house was fully packed. Like my grandma was like actually seemed to be like most of the time. So it was just like nice, but at the same time it just hurts that like he left so early. Sometimes I'm just going to wish that okay, he died when I was like 15 or 20. Like if he had died when I was 20 or 25, like I think I'll have much things to say right now. But this episode is just like a tribute to my dad. I don't know, I've been looking for ways to like remember my dad more. One of the ways I actually remember my dad is like okay, I have pictures of my dad, and I don't know, I didn't take that from any of my parents, my dad or my mom. They have so many pictures, and for me, I hate taking pictures. I hate taking pictures. I don't even have so many pictures of myself. And another way I actually remember my dad is like my phone. My dad is actually my wallpaper, like his pictures, like my wallpaper. I remember one time a friend asked me, she was like, why is your dad's picture your wallpaper? And I'm like, I didn't say anything to her at that point. But later on, I was like thinking about it. I'm like, so whose picture was I supposed to have as my wallpaper? Like, I don't know. But my dad's picture, my wallpaper, and like every day I'm with my phone, like seeing his picture. And sometimes people like are actually looking at my phone, they'll be like, okay, oh, is that your dad? You're like, yeah, he died like a very long time ago. So like, is that your dad? So that's actually the way that I remember him. And I decided to like make this episode all about him, like so that people get to like listen and get to know the kind of person he was, despite the fact that I do not really have a lot of things to say about him. But I'm just glad I'm doing this, so that this is for you. And I just want to say that I love you and I miss you so much, and I'm glad that you're my dad. If there's a next life, I'll still want you to be my dad. But honestly, do not die early. Please do not die early, because it's actually a sad feeling that you actually want to do things or get things done, but you can't. And for me, anytime I think about it, and I just know that okay, if he was here, this would have been a piece of cake. But like he's not, and like everything is just so tough. Things are just so overwhelming, and like everything is just on my mom. Like she has to like do things alone. Like on Father's Day, I actually post my mom's picture and I'm like, Happy Father's Day. Like, yeah, she single-handedly, like I can see this anywhere. Like she single-handedly raised all four of us, and not just four of us. Like my mom is a mother to like so many people, like so many people. She has done her best and she's still doing her best, and I know you'll be so proud of her. And I just want to say that I'm going to do my best to make her happy and to make you proud too. And I'm glad I didn't cry because my friend was like, yeah, he knows like this is going to be like emotional for me. I cried before I did this, so yeah, thank God I cried before I recorded this. But I'm so happy that I didn't cry, and I'm so happy that I get to share like just a little I know about my dad to you guys. So that's it. If you've listened to the end of this episode, I just want to say a very big thank you to you. And yeah, thank you so much. Continue supporting my podcast. Give me a rating, comment, share, and God will bless you. So thank you so much, and I love you, Papa.